Good evening and welcome to Match Centre Live. As in store for us today, we have a big game for European football. It's Arsenal against Leicester. And the home time side come into this sat in 7th in the Premier League. And the away side, Leicester City, have just moved down into 4th due to the Chelsea win earlier on today. However, Arsenal are the side in the better form, certainly since the restart. Despite them losing their first 2 games, they look for their 4th consecutive Premier League win here. We're just a minute or so away from kickoff. And it gives us time to run through the lineups for you, starting off with the home side Arsenal, as Martinez starts in goal, continuing to replace the injured Leno. A back 3 of Mustafi, David Luiz and Kolasinac. The wing backs are Bellerin and Tierney, with Ceballos and Xhaka in the middle, and in the front 3 of informed Saka, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Now for the away side, it's Schmeichel in goal. They also go to a back 3 of Soyuncu, Evans and Bennett. The full-backs / wing-backs for them are Justin and Albrighton, with Tielemans and Ndidi in the middle. Perez will sit just behind the 2 strikers, Vardy and Iheanacho, as the players are just about to take a knee for Black Lives Matter. And then after that we will be underway. Of course, Leicester do have a chance to go back up to 3rd with a win today. They're 2 points behind Chelsea now, who played early in today. They beat Crystal Palace by 3 goals to 2, which you can see on the bottom of the screen. And you can also see that Watford beat Norwich by 2 goals to 1, coming from behind. A Zaha screamer for the home side, and that one wasn't enough to help Crystal Palace come back. So the players are back up onto their feet and the whistle goes as Leicester look to play it long early on towards Jamie Vardy, but Arsenal win the header through David Luiz, and then Soyuncu will pick it up inside the Arsenal half. He looks for Albrighton, who plays it back to Soyuncu. And what I can see from these opening 15 seconds or so is Arsenal want to press Leicester as Lacazette sprints to Schmeichel as the ball was played back to him. He plays it out wide to Justin. Tielemans picks it up and now Ndidi. Arsenal really are firing at Leicester and they've won it back with Ceballos. Here he is on the ball and then it's played back to Xhaka. He plays it to David Luiz. There's a real intensity from Arsenal in these opening 30 seconds or so. This is Bellerin. Now Saka down the right by the halfway line. He looks to play it back to Mustafi, who's forced to play it long due to the pressure of Jose Perez. Tielemans, who picks it up in a bit of space and then plays it back to Soyuncu. Tielemans again, he'll look long down the right hand side for Iheanacho, and then Kolasinac went down, claiming for a shove on the back by Iheanacho, who was chasing the long ball, and Arsenal will get a free kick. A minute gone here at the Emirates. Well, based on the form of the 2 sides recently, you wouldn't think that one of these sides, firstly, are in the top 4 and chasing Champions League, and the other, which being Arsenal, are quite a bit behind that, and mainly focusing on Europa League. Of course, it's not impossible they will get into that top 4 or possibly top 5, which will get them Champions League football for next season. Arsenal have a throw inside the Leicester half down the left. It's gone towards Aubameyang, who's now by the goal line, but he's been tackled by Justin and it breaks for Ndidi. He's trying to dribble it forward for Leicester. Finds Iheanacho, but Arsenal pressing again and they've won it back with Aubameyang. Now Lacazette back to Aubameyang down the left-hand side in the penalty area. And then his ball in is cleared away by Soyuncu. There's an Arsenal player down. Just going to keep a look on that, but Leicester are trying to play on here with Iheanacho. No, the referee has stopped it and there'll be no counter-attack. It was Kolasinac who was down. He's slowly getting up now. I think the referee was just concerned of a possible head injury, which is why he stopped the play. And it was a running into Albrighton after he won the ball back for Arsenal and released it. He just couldn't put the brake pedals on. And we'll get back underway with a drop ball, which will give possession back to Leicester and Schmeichel. Here is Justin. Down the right, he's given it away and Aubameyang picks it up inside the Leicester half. Here's Xhaka, now Saka down the right for Arsenal. Bellerin is further out wide and he's running towards the penalty area, although Tielemans got a foot in and it goes out for an Arsenal throw down the right hand side. We're almost 3 minutes into this one and Arsenal from what we've seen so far, are determined to keep their win streak of 3 in the Premier League going. Bellerin throws it out towards Xhaka. This is Ceballos now, as he plays it back to David Luiz. It's swiftly moved out of the Arsenal half, and it's Tierney. Back to David Luiz again. Now Mustafi down the right-hand side, still in the Arsenal half. Bellerin who comes short, and then Ceballos is forced to play it long from Bellerin's loose pass. Lacazette would chase Evans there, who was forced to head it out for an Arsenal throw down the right. He was claiming a shove by Lacazette, who was pressuring him, but the linesman just waves it on. So an Arsenal throw down the right inside the Leicester half, which Bellerin will go over to take. It's thrown out to Ceballos. Here's Xhaka in the centre of the pitch, inside the centre circle in fact. He plays it back towards David Luiz. Now Mustafi. Jose Perez is chasing. Mustafi plays it back to Martinez. Vardy was pressurising him. Now it's Kolasinac for Arsenal. Plays it long, looking for Aubameyang. Evans and Justin trying to stay with him, but Aubameyang's got there in front. And then he gets his ball in towards Saka. Saka takes it down in the penalty area. And then it was Evans there just to get a foot in before he could get a shot away. He runs it to the corner and he's going to clear it long. Although not very long, as Xhaka picks it up inside the Leicester half. Now Aubameyang. Back to Xhaka again. Ceballos just a bit deeper and further to the right. He looks to chip one in behind to Bellerin, who is in behind here. He's inside the penalty area. He's got Saka with him. He shoots himself and then Schmeichel makes the save. But the flag was up anyway. And I was waiting for that flag to go up. Bellerin did look quite far offside. The referee did give it a chance to play on, just in case he was on. But no, Bellerin was well onside. And then his shot in the end was saved by Schmeichel. He took so long to dispatch his shot there. But the real chance in there, which was onside initially, was the ball from Aubameyang in towards Saka, who brought it down in the box. He scored a fantastic volley against Wolves, which helped Arsenal to a 2-0 win. And we're now 5 minutes in here at the Emirates. Arsenal will have a throw down the left-hand side with Tierney. He plays it to Lacazette. Here is Ceballos, who picks it up in a little pocket and he's able to drive at Leicester. Down the left is Aubameyang. Arsenal enjoying the early possession, and they've got it into the Leicester City half as well. Here's Tierney, he's tackled by Justin, and then it will go in Arsenal throw near the corner flag. Tierney throws it out to Aubameyang. He tries to play it back to the Scotsman. He gets a ball in right-footed, although there was no one there at the back post, and Schmeichel will let it run out for a goal kick. But Arsenal have certainly started the brighter. They have had one attempt on goal, although the flag was up on Bellerin. But Leicester have hardly had possession at all, let alone possession in the Arsenal half. But they will have a goal kick now, and it might just be a chance to slow things down. It's played short to Soyuncu, and then back to Schmeichel again. Schmeichel goes long, looking for Perez, who won the flick on down the left, but there was no one there to support him, and it goes out for an Arsenal throw inside their own half. It's thrown back towards Mustafi. He goes long, looking for Lacazette. Evans won the header though. And it's cleared long by Soyuncu for Leicester. Perez chasing the loose ball, but Mustafi wins the header and got it to Ceballos, who took it down well to play it back to David Luiz, and then he'll look even further back to his goalkeeper Martinez. Here's Mustafi, and then his clearance, which was pressed down by the non-stop running Jamie Vardy, but it does only go out for an Arsenal throw down the right inside their own half. 7 minutes gone at the Emirates now. As the pressure, or the early attacking pressure from Arsenal has slowed down a bit. They didn't get an official shot on goal. However, seem to be stretching Leicester quite a bit, certainly from the left-hand side. Here's Bellerin. He's being pressed. He just about got it to Saka. Bellerin again. They're by the corner flag, Arsenal. He plays it to Luiz, who clears it long. And then there was a shove on Evans, who got to the clearance before Lacazette, and then he wins a free kick just inside the Arsenal half, down the left-hand side. And Leicester are taking their time, as it's going to be Soyuncu to come out to take it. And as we are waiting for the free kick to be taken, just to ask to leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying the commentary. And it'll be much appreciated if you're able to subscribe. We're trying to bring as many games for you for those who aren't able to watch it on TV over the next 6 weeks, which the Premier League is back. Here's Soyuncu for Leicester. Good ball in towards Jamie Vardy. He plays it out to the right-hand side. Leicester have a break on here. It's Justin, the wing-back. Iheanacho's further inside. He cuts it onto his left foot. Didn't quite have enough space to get a shot away. And then Ndidi now for Leicester. Here's Tielemans, pressed by Lacazette, but he gets it to Perez. Running towards the area, trying to flick one in behind, although David Luiz read it. Lacazette's chasing the loose ball. Perez takes it down on his chest though, and he turns away from Ceballos. Looks for Jamie Vardy. And Jamie Vardy's going to get a shot away, but it's straight at Martinez. A little nutmeg on David Luiz. And it was bouncing around for him down the centre, just on the edge of the box. But there wasn't a proper connection on it. And no real direction as it goes straight into the hands of the Arsenal goalkeeper. That's the first shot on goal for Leicester. As they're slowly growing into it, as Arsenal did start the better in the opening 6 minutes or so. We're now 9 minutes into this one at the Emirates. One big thing for Arsenal, apart from European football, is that as it stands, they're a point above Spurs. And they have a chance to go 4 points above their rivals, who will play on Thursday. And not only being their rivals for European football next season. Here's Tielemans for Leicester, looking for Justin down the right. And then the pass towards him, he was going to get to, but he was sliced out the way by Tierney, and it's going to be a Leicester free kick down the right by the halfway line. And as we wait for the free kick to be taken, we're going to tell you about one of the links in the description. That's the second link, a YouTube channel called Man Hotspur. They do pro clubs and GTA videos. They're our shout out for this stream. And I've seen their videos myself, and they are absolutely hilarious. If you want to give them a check out, second link in the description. But for now, it's a Leicester free kick here. A chance to get the ball into the box. It's not far past the halfway line down the right. It's going to be whipped in towards the back post. Mustafi won the header, and then it breaks for Ceballos. Here's Lacazette, who takes it off of him. Arsenal have a break on. They are inside their own half still, and Lacazette just took too long on the ball. He had an option from Saka. He's still got it, Lacazette, and he's sped away from two Leicester players. Now Bellerin, who looked for Lacazette again, but it was blocked behind, and it'll be an Arsenal throw down the right. Weren't quite quick enough with the counter-attack there, Lacazette. Took too long on the ball, but eventually did beat two Leicester players himself. And it was a chance for another attack for Arsenal. But in the end, it swivels out, and they'll have a throw down the right. Bellerin to Ceballos. He's tackled by Ndidi. And then Tielemans will look long for Vardy in behind. Martinez comes out quickly and has to header it away. He had to come outside his box, and then Bellerin was there to pick it up, but he miscontrols it and lets it go out for a Leicester throw down the left. But I'm sure we'll see a lot of that from Leicester. Long balls forward. There's pace, especially from Vardy, but from Perez and Iheanacho too. Here is Perez, looking for Albrighton. Trying to get away down the left. Bellerin got a touch in there, and it goes behind for a Leicester City corner down the left-hand side. And a chance to get the ball into the box for the away side. Perez is there for the short corner as well. It's going to be an in-swinger if they do decide to put it in the box. Evans is there. So too is the centre-back Bennett, and Ndidi hanging around on the edge of the box. It's played short though to Jose Perez. And then back towards Albrighton by the goal line. Cuts it back here. Shooting chance. Brilliant save by Martinez. It was cut back to Iheanacho on the edge of the box. His low shot was saved by the legs of the goalkeeper for Arsenal. Leicester have it back though, but inside their own half as it was cleared away eventually. Although here's Soyuncu, they look to move it back forward quickly. Now Ndidi, he was taken out by Tierney, and Leicester will have a free kick. Just inside the Arsenal half, a well-worked corner, 1-2 from the taker, Albrighton and Perez. He cut it back when he was at the goal line to Iheanacho. He had so much space just inside the box. But it was straight down the middle, straight to the legs of the goalkeeper. And as we speak now, Arsenal will have a throw down the right inside their own half. Martinez has now had to make two saves, but two fairly simple for him. This one he did have to get low quickly, but it was down the middle of the goal. He had another effort saved from Jamie Vardy early on. It's a very open one, this one. The early Arsenal pressure has certainly died down, and there's been 2 attempts from Leicester since. Now 13 minutes into the game at the Emirates. The earliest scores today is Crystal Palace 2, Chelsea 3, Watford 2, Norwich 1, and that is the game for Norwich where you'd say if there was any chance of them staying up, it's surely completely gone now. In fact, it's probably 1 or 2 games time until it's mathematically impossible for them to stay in the Premier League. And a team like Arsenal, who have certainly been linked with the fullback Max Aarons. Of course, that is an early rumour. No one really knows what the transfer market's going to be like this summer. Leicester City have a throw inside the Arsenal half, which is taken by Albrighton. He tried a 1-2 there, Perez. So Albrighton throwed it to Perez. Perez looked back to Albrighton. Albrighton ran ahead of it as he looked to make a run in behind, and then Perez passes it out of play. So it was an Arsenal throw which is taken, but they've given it away to Evans, who hits it long first time. Leicester tried to win the header on through Vardy, but it goes straight out of play for an Arsenal throw. Down the right hand side with Bellerin. Ceballos comes short and then kicks it long, looking for Lacazette. Evans won the header. Here's Soyuncu, who's pressured by Saka, but Leicester do well to play on. Here's Ndidi. He couldn't get his pass towards Justin, and Aubameyang might be able to break away. It was a heavy first touch, and Bennett was able to get there first, and Leicester have it back now with Soyuncu. Albrighton's down the left, and it's played to Albrighton. And then back to Soyuncu again, as Leicester keep the ball within their own half here. This is Evans, and now back to Schmeichel. And the high pressure from Arsenal every time Leicester got the ball has certainly died down, although they've won it back here as Leicester looked long. Here's Kolasinac, good ball in towards Xhaka. He'll get it back, Kolasinac. Now Tierney, back towards Xhaka, in their own half Arsenal. But they've moved it to the right hand side swiftly now with Mustafi. Here's Bellerin, looking to chip one over towards Saka. Another flick from Saka, looking for Bellerin again. It was a brilliant side challenge from Albrighton. But just as Saka tried to flick it towards Bellerin, he was taken out by Soyuncu. And Arsenal will get a free kick down the right by the halfway line. And we're just going to be waiting for that to be taken. It is taken short by Saka. Actually, no, in fact, that was just him passing it back to Bellerin to be taken, and then he leaves it for Mustafi to take it. Arsenal taking their time, as they're looking for an option, and then the arms are starting to wave about from the Leicester players. Although it's gone on from Mustafi eventually towards Aubameyang, who almost took it down. May have been in an offside position, but it went towards Schmeichel anyway as he caught it. And rolls it out to Evans. Now Soyuncu. Albrighton here. Through the middle was Perez. He's been challenged by Mustafi and he's won it back well. Here's Ceballos, but he's given it away towards Vardy. He looked long first time towards Justin down the right hand side, but Arsenal have won it back, and now they've won it back with Lacazette. Aubameyang was in behind, but the pass was intercepted, but they've given it away through Ndidi. Now Lacazette. Here's Aubameyang by the edge of the box. He's been tackled, but it falls for Ceballos, turning back onto his left foot. Xhaka. They're quite high up, Arsenal now. Here's Tierney down the left hand side, taking on Justin, getting his low ball in, and then Evans got it behind for a corner to Arsenal. Bit sloppy from Leicester there. They picked it up twice inside their own half, intercepting Arsenal passes, but they gave it straight away. And now Arsenal will have a corner down the left, their first of the game. And we're 17 minutes in here at the Emirates. And as it stands, Arsenal in 7th, Leicester in 4th. 1 point behind Chelsea. If the score stays like this, they'll go above Chelsea if they are able to win here. It's been an astonishing season from the Foxes. They're going to have to try and defend this corner, and it's headed away by Evans. Came to the edge of the box, and then Perez wins the header, and now he's going to try and run at Arsenal. Mustafi couldn't win it back, but Xhaka did. The one downfall for Leicester this season really is the lockdown and the long break, which has seemed to tear away their momentum. It did initially for Arsenal, as they started with back-to-back defeats. They've given possession away here, Arsenal, and now it's Perez running at Leicester. Here's Vardy down the left. He's got inside the penalty area, gets a low ball in, and then it's cleared away by David Luiz for a Leicester throw down the left. It's been fairly even so far, but most chances have come from teams giving the ball away. As we are almost 20 minutes into this one. Leicester take the throw to Perez, and then eventually it's given away and Mustafi picks it up in his penalty area. He's taking his time to clear it, but he's found Bellerin, now Saka. And then Saka was tripped up, but the referee will play on here with Lacazette. Good turn from Lacazette, and then he looked for Aubameyang in behind, but he was in an offside position, and he lets it run out to Schmeichel. But Arsenal, one thing you would say, when Leicester do press, they're able to get round it quite swiftly. Here's Soyuncu for Leicester. Play back to Schmeichel. There's 3 men pressing for Arsenal here. Lacazette the furthest forward on Schmeichel. He looks long, but he's given it straight away, and Aubameyang picks it up. Now Xhaka, looking for the long ball in towards Saka in the middle. Soyuncu won the header, and then Brighton's going to pick it up, running towards his own goal. And in the end, he just turns in time and clears it out for an Arsenal throw down the right. But it was sloppy from Schmeichel there, as he gave it away. Pressure from Lacazette certainly helped do that. Here's Bellerin, who's running inside, looking for Lacazette. Evans got a touch. Lacazette's going to pick it up here. Now Xhaka. Aubameyang in the area for Arsenal. Gets on his right foot. Got the shot away. Took a deflection, and Saka will pick it up down the right. Good turn from Saka. But he still can't get away. And then a 1-2 from Bellerin. Saka can cut it back, but it came straight off Soyuncu, and it will be an Arsenal corner. Both teams just missing that final pass, but they're both getting into good positions, creating good chances. That was good from Arsenal, a good 1-2 between Saka and Bellerin. And then it was the final pass from Saka, which went straight to Soyuncu, but they do have a corner now, the home side. And Ceballos is out there to take, meaning it's going to be an outswinger. Lacazette's in the middle, so's Saka. And there goes the ball in. It's flicked away by a Leicester City defender. Comes out to Tierney, who hits one from long range. It was a powerful drive, but it was straight down at Schmeichel. He looks long straight through the middle, and Perez could have been in. Martinez came off his line quickly to head it away. And then Tierney picks it up down the left, and Arsenal might want to counter-attack. Although Xhaka looked long, and then it was blocked by Justin. And out for an Arsenal throw down the left, but brilliant from Schmeichel. The shot came in from Tierney. A hammer from the middle of the pitch, very deep on. Schmeichel, as soon as he caught it, looked to play it long to Perez, who was in behind. But Martinez was off his line quickly to head it away. Very importantly. But Arsenal were in behind now with Saka. And he slips away from Evans, and then it's Aubameyang at the back post. And Arsenal take the lead. Well, we've just finished seeing the replays. And it cut straight to Saka in behind, who took on Evans. Evans fell to the ground. Good skill from Saka. He found Aubameyang at the far post, slid it into him. And then Aubameyang tapped it in, and Arsenal take the lead. There was a ball from Ceballos. Brilliant run from Saka. There's a question of offside in there. VAR will take a look. We'll keep you updated on that. But brilliant from Saka as he played it across to Aubameyang. That's certainly onside, the ball from Saka to Aubameyang. It's just the initial pass towards Saka, which might just change things. We'll keep you updated. As it stands, though, it's Arsenal 1, Leicester City 0. It was a brilliant move. Brilliant ball from Ceballos from the midfield to split open the Leicester City defence. And then from there, Arsenal's attackers, Saka and Aubameyang, took over. But so far, we haven't seen any sort of VAR signs. And the goal was counted. We're back underway here. Arsenal have the lead. And we're just going to get the scoreboard updated for you. And Leicester's poor form continues. Arsenal's good form continues as it stands. And they look to attack again here with Lacazette. Back to Xhaka. And then he's tripped up by Ndidi. Arsenal get a free kick inside their own half. "22 minutes gone. Here's Bellerin down the right for Arsenal. Now Saka. Just getting the scoreboard updated for you. It's confirmation of the Aubameyang goal for Arsenal. And it's just in time, it's just before the drinks break as we do approach the 23rd minute. It was a close one for Saka being offside, but there was no actual VAR check. But it was Aubameyang's goal. Brilliant play from Saka, who's continuing his good form. Arsenal trying to continue their good form. And now it's the drinks break. And if you're enjoying the stream and the commentary, make sure to leave a like. That would be much appreciated. And also will be appreciated if you are, or if you want to subscribe, join our growing community. We're approaching 80 subscribers here on Match Centre Live. It's increased thoroughly over the last few weeks since the Premier League's been back. And we're going to try and do as many streams for you while it does return after lockdown. We can tell you about the 2 links as well in the description. The bottom one, first of all, was another YouTube channel called Man Hotspur. So I'll shout out for this stream. They do Pro Clubs and GTA content. It's absolutely hilarious if you want to check that out now or after the stream. Our first link is a donation page. It's completely optional, of course. If there's anything you can donate to help with the channel for things like better quality microphones, better graphics, and more commentators so we can do more games for you. Of course, that's completely optional. As long as you're enjoying the stream, then that is fantastic for us. But we're back underway with an Arsenal throw. Down the right to Bellerin. He looks for Saka, who doesn't quite control it, and Leicester will now have a throw on inside their own half. It's a good time for Arsenal to get back into form, because their next game is a North London derby against Spurs, away from home. And now, if things stay like this, they'll be going into it on the back of 5 consecutive wins in all competitions, 4 consecutive wins in the Premier League. Here's Soyuncu for Leicester, looking in behind towards Iheanacho. It's overhit and Martinez will pick it up. He rolls it out to David Luiz. Down the left-hand side is Kolasinac. Good ball infield towards Lacazette. Looks over the top for Aubameyang. He's in behind down the left-hand side. Saka's in the middle. He looks for Saka, but then Soyuncu was there to intercept it, and he tipped it over the Leicester City bar. Arsenal have a corner. But Aubameyang almost returned the favour to Saka there as he broke free down the left. He looked for the number 77. But Soyuncu was there to intercept it. He did really well to get a balance between intercepting the ball and not putting it into his own net. But Arsenal have a corner. Saka comes short, but Sabas is going to ignore that. He's going to whip it in, an outswinger towards the near post, headed away. And then Bellerin is chasing the loose ball, so too Perez. Bellerin gets there first. Here's Ceballos, turned away from Albrighton. Now Saka. Tiaman's with him, and so too was Albrighton, and together they both won the ball for Leicester. And Leicester have won themselves, but you know it's gone out for an Arsenal throw. They were trying to pass it around Leicester, and in the end, one flick too many, and it went out straight out of the play. Leicester haven't been at their best tonight. They have had 2 opportunities. 1.5 chance with Jamie Vardy, another a good chance with Iheanacho at 0-0. But Arsenal have had the majority of the ball, and they've been swift with it in terms of getting it forward. Ball is bobbling around by the halfway line. Sabas picks it up eventually for Arsenal, and it comes off a Leicester player, and it will be an Arsenal throw down the right inside their own half. We're 27 minutes into this. Arsenal a goal up. 21st minute strike from Aubameyang. He had to tap it in from the Saka cross. Bellerin to take the throw. Saka's come short. Lacazette's there as well in a very deep position in his own half. It's thrown to Aubameyang though. He looks for Saka, but it's intercepted by Soyuncu. Bennett now looks long for Leicester towards Jamie Vardy, but Mustafi's going to win that header. Ceballos will now take on Perez to win back the loose ball. And in the end, Xhaka came back to help out and win it back for Arsenal. He looks long in behind, and he's found Lacazette here. Aubameyang's one further. He's chasing Bennett for the loose ball. Bennett did get there first, and it rolls back to Schmeichel, who passes it out to Evans. Bennett again. He looks down the line towards Iheanacho, who went down to ground too easily from the referee, and Arsenal pick it up with Kolasinac, who's running at Leicester City. To the left is Tierney, down by the penalty area, gets one in, but it's over everyone. It's a poor ball from Tierney, and it goes out for a Leicester throw down the left. But Arsenal have been very good this evening. They're hardly giving Leicester any time on the ball, and they are being swift in attacking themselves. They're not letting it go at 1-0, they're trying to get a second as quickly as possible. And as it stands, they will reduce the gap between them and Leicester to just 6 points. And the gap between them and Manchester United in 5th will be 3 points. Of course, Manchester United have a game in hand against Aston Villa, which we will have commentary for you. That's on Thursday evening, same time, kick-off 8:15. Mustafi wins the header from the Leicester clearance, but Jose Perez will pick it up. He looks long for Iheanacho, and then Kolasinac did really well to read the long ball over the top. Ceballos, that's a good ball as he picked it up quickly and moved it quickly to Aubameyang, who's running at Justin. Here's Lacazette, a good ball from him. He's on the edge of the box, Lacazette. Saka's ahead of him, down the right, gets his shot away. It's too close to Schmeichel as he uses his feet to get it behind for a corner. But another good break from Arsenal. They scored some fantastic goals in this fixture against Leicester last season in a 3-1 victory. Their first goal was terrific, and their attacking football as a whole this evening has been good. That could have been the second. The man who set up Aubameyang for the first was in for Arsenal here as we approach the half-an-hour mark, but his shot was too close to Schmeichel in between the post for Leicester. Arsenal have another corner, but they're going to mix it up as it's going to be an in-swinger this time from the right-hand side. And it's going to be Saka to take it. In it goes. Headed away by Iheanacho. Straight to the other side though. And it'll be another Arsenal corner, this time from the left. And there goes the 30 minutes point, meaning 15 minutes left of the first half. First half which Arsenal will be a lot happier with than Leicester. They played fantastically and they thoroughly deserve their 1-0 lead. Leicester have still had a couple of chances in this one, so they're not completely out of it as we are into the last 15 in the first half. But Arsenal have a corner down the left-hand side. It's going to be an in-swinger from Ceballos. In it goes towards the near post. A little flick on from David Luiz towards the back post. Here's Aubameyang. And then he gets his ball in. Lacazette chasing it. He won the header, but he shoved Ndidi to win it, and Leicester will get a free kick. You wouldn't think, looking at the game so far, that one of these teams are chasing a Europa League spot and one of them are chasing a Champions League spot. Although this might change if Arsenal are to win today. Of course, this is the first, or one of the first games of matchday 34 to be played. The other game involving a team chasing for the top four was Chelsea earlier on. They got the victory, which takes them above Leicester. As Leicester did look to get it forward with Perez. He tried to chip it towards Vardy. Just over him, and Martinez was able to pick it up for Arsenal. Been a few of those little moments for Leicester City. They just haven't been able to make the most of them. Long ball forward from Arsenal towards Aubameyang. He picks it up, ahead of Bennett. A little backfield towards Saka. It's fallen for Saka here. Another shooting opportunity. Cuts back onto his left. Finds Lacazette in the middle. And it's a brilliant save from Schmeichel. Absolutely fantastic from the Danish international. And then in the end, indeed, he tries to run it out, but he's given it away to Xhaka on the edge of the box. Now Ceballos. Bellerin overlapping down the right. Running in the penalty area towards the goal line. And then he, in the end, decided to shoot as Schmeichel sprinted off his line to try and anticipate the cross. Schmeichel did just get a hand backwards to tip it over the bar, and Arsenal have another corner. They're really doing well, the home side here, putting the pressure on Leicester as they look for a second. Schmeichel forced into 2 saves in the last minute. One of them certainly a lot better than the other. Saka, who's played really well, he set up Aubameyang, set up Lacazette this time. His shot, it was close to Schmeichel, but it was on the turn. It was a difficult chance. And a difficult save for Schmeichel, who had to get down quickly. Arsenal have taken the corner, but it's straight to the near post and Tielemans gets it away. Ceballos will pick it up again. He'll look for Xhaka down the line, but he won't reach it, and it will go out for a Leicester City goal kick. And they'll certainly need to slow things down. Although actually that pass through might have just taken a deflection. Because I think there might just be another Arsenal corner down the left. Just waiting to see. It will be. And that's why Xhaka didn't go for it and let it run out of play. He was struggling to get to it anyway, but took a deflection, Arsenal corner. It's going to be an outswinger this time from Saka. And it goes. So again towards the near post. Vardy got a flick on. And I don't actually know what's happened, but Leicester have a free kick in their penalty area. There must have been a shove in there somewhere. If you have any questions about the stream or about the game or the channel itself, make sure to put it in the live chat. And we'll answer it as soon as we see it. Here's Schmeichel in possession for Leicester. Another poor kick and Arsenal win it back again. Poor pass though from Saka and it's gone all the way back to Kolasinac and now David Luiz. Martinez. Pass it out towards Mustafi. Looking long down the line. Good touch from Saka. Good flick to Lacazette. That's a brilliant challenge from Soyuncu though. Absolutely fantastic. And Leicester have the ball back with Tielemans. And then back to Bennett. Here's Evans. Good ball through the middle looking for Ndidi. Good touch. Now Albrighton. Back to Iheanacho. Tielemans. Here's Perez. Saka got a foot in. And then it comes off Mustafi back to Saka again, who will run down the right for Arsenal, but he's run too far and he's run into Albrighton. And now it's Vardy. He's down the left inside the penalty area for Leicester. Chips it into the back post and it's a tap-in for Iheanacho. It's such a similar goal to the one that Arsenal scored. The flag actually might be up here for Leicester. I don't think it's going to count. Very similar to the Arsenal goal. We're going to see if there was an offside as Vardy ran forward. Oh no, it's a foul on Kolasinac as Iheanacho was making his run through the middle. Maybe a shove on Kolasinac before he ran forward, and that's why he was so open. So the goal won't count. And there's no VAR check on it. Arsenal get straight back on with it. But it's promising for Leicester, who haven't been at their best so far today. They look to attack here again with Tielemans. Iheanacho, edge of the box now for Leicester. He gets a shot away. And it goes wildly, over and wide. So an Arsenal goal kick. But that's better from Leicester. One goal disallowed. And another attack to follow pretty much straight away. .35 minutes into this one at the Emirates. Long ball forward from Martinez from the goal kick. Well won by Iheanacho. But Arsenal are going to win it straight back with Aubameyang. In fact, he couldn't quite reach the ball. Here's Bennett for Leicester. And then back to Schmeichel. Soyuncu in a bit of space down the left as it's played short to the Japanese international. Albrighton for Leicester. Back to Soyuncu again. Soyuncu looks long, although he's given it away to Aubameyang. His touch wasn't good. Although neither was Bennett's, and Aubameyang wins it back again for Arsenal. Tierney looking for Aubameyang in behind. He didn't quite read onto the run, and it would run out for a goal kick. But every time Leicester tried to pass it around the back and try to play their way forwards, they seem to be giving possession away and Arsenal get chances. Every time it's gone long and direct, they seem to create at least a half chance. But again, they're playing it around with Schmeichel. In fact, actually, he's going to go long this time for Leicester. And it's Vardy chasing it. He wins the header. And then David Luiz was able to get there, but he's only given it away as far as Perez. Here's Tielemans. Now Albrighton down the left for Leicester, looking to whip one in. And it might have taken a deflection. It was heading towards the goal. Martinez was just able to get back in time and catch it. But that's what happens when you go more direct, certainly from a Leicester point of view. That's what won them the title in 2016. And that's what's brought them a few chances in these last 5 minutes or so here. They've got it back again. Arsenal went long that time, but there was no one actually up there from the long kick from Martinez. And Leicester have it back with Ndidi. He's fouled, and Leicester get a free kick just inside their own half. One positive for Leicester is they've been able to keep Arsenal out for the last 5 minutes or so in terms of attacks. They have been good, the home side. This is Soyuncu for Leicester. Now Perez, back to Soyuncu. Perez again down the left. And then back to the Leicester City centre-back again. Perez again. And then Soyuncu again. They can't get it out between the two players, although eventually Soyuncu turns back and plays it back to Schmeichel. He plays it to Bennett. He's been pressed by Aubameyang and he's forced to play it down the line. And then it goes out for an Arsenal throw. But Leicester really not doing much when they try to play their way forwards. As the camera is looking at Brendan Rodgers. And he'll have an interesting team talk of how he wants to approach the second half. Of course, there's still 7 minutes left of the first and plenty of time for the scoreline to change. Of course, in his favour and in Arsenal's favour. Tierney's still waiting for an option from the throw down the left-hand side. It's by the halfway line. He's thrown it out to Ceballos. Xhaka with a good turn. He plays it to Lacazette, who switches it out to the right for Bellerin. Saka's overlapping. Bellerin goes inside, though. Chips one into Lacazette superbly at the back post, and then his header straight at Schmeichel. Terrific ball from Bellerin. Almost like a toe punt towards the back post. Looped over Bennett. And a free header from Lacazette, and maybe he should have done better with it. But fantastic from the Arsenal right back to create the chance. Here's a chance for Leicester. They move it forward with Perez. But he's tackled by Ceballos. Brilliant challenge. And then Perez tried to get back at the Arsenal midfielder. Fouls him. Arsenal get a free kick inside their own half. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to give it a thumbs up to show you are appreciating the content. We're trying to bring as many streams for you, which is why another thing you could do is subscribe with the notification bell on so that you don't miss another stream. We'll bring as many for you over the next few weeks where the Premier League is back. Arsenal have gone long from the free kick. Well, Brighton won the header, but only as far as Saka. Now Ceballos, who's forced backwards. Well, in the end, he actually chips it forward looking for Lacazette, who takes it down by the right-hand side. Keeps it in play as well and wins. Well, we thought he won Arsenal a throw, and he's not happy that it's gone to Leicester down the left-hand side. Soyuncu would take. Perez comes short to claim it. Being pressed by Ceballos and Saka. Here's Soyuncu. Perez again. Good ball in towards Tielemans, who'll run forward away from Lacazette. And then he's shoved by Lacazette as he released the ball, and Leicester get a free kick. Albrighton down the left. Played it towards Mustafi, who... towards Vardy, but Mustafi got there and it's a Leicester throw, which is played towards Tielemans and then backwards by the Belgian to Evans. And now it's all the way back with Schmeichel. Evans again. Leicester playing it out again. Here's Soyuncu. Perez. Inside their own half, Leicester, but they've moved it into the Arsenal half now. Albrighton. Down the right is Justin. Inacho's ahead of him. He's going to take on Tierney here. In the end, plays it back to Ndidi. Good ball from Ndidi, or good idea from Ndidi to play it into Albrighton. Even better defending, though, from Ceballos. And then he played it to Lacazette, who was tripped up after he released it by Evans. And Arsenal get a free kick by the halfway line. So Lacazette just holding his ankle. It might have just been trotted on by the late challenge from Evans. It was. So we're 3 minutes now until half time, or until we see how much stoppage time there is before half time. Leicester haven't been short of chances, but Arsenal have won that battle significantly though. And they lead in terms of goals, which is the more important thing. They'll have a throw down the left here, the home side. And we're just getting a problem with our footage for a second, which we'll have back in about 20 seconds time. So yeah, just trying to get things back up and running for you. It's certainly going to be interesting for the second half if it stays at 1-0, because Leicester can certainly improve a lot more. And Arsenal have won that battle significantly though. And they lead in terms of goals, which is the more important thing. They'll have a throw down the left here, the home side. So we're just getting a problem with our footage for a second, which we'll have back in about 20 seconds time. So yeah, just trying to get things back up and running for you. It's certainly going to be interesting for the second half if it stays at 1-0, because Leicester can certainly improve a lot more. As for Arsenal, well, they've done fantastically in this first half. They'll be quite disappointed that it's only 1-0 going into half-time. And we're still waiting for the footage to come back. We're just trying to sort it out for you. It's a rare technical issue that we do sometimes get. And we can confirm it'll be about 15 seconds until we get our footage back. And then we'll be able to tell you what's going on. But we do have the score up and we can confirm it is still 1-0 to Arsenal. Now we do have our footage back for you. We're in the 44th minute. Or the 45th minute. And we're about 30 seconds from seeing how much stoppage time there is. Vardy's chasing a loose ball inside the Arsenal half. Mustafi got there and he's gone down actually holding his head. And Vardy went straight back up to him. Looking a bit concerned. The medics have gone straight onto the pitch. Mustafi's holding his face. And we'll keep you updated what's happening. He chased Mustafi there. Oh, and in the end, it was a stud in the face. Mustafi was going down. Vardy wasn't looking. He just swung his left leg out. And caught Mustafi in the face. Shouldn't be in any trouble, Jamie Vardy. It was completely accidental. There is 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half. I'm sure there'll be more than that due to this injury, as all of stoppage time so far, as we're 30 seconds into it, the play hasn't begun. Leicester could do with half time. They've not been absolutely terrible, but they've certainly not been at their best so far this evening. They haven't been at their best really since the restart, but they do still see themselves in the top 4, but that's certainly being pressured, because if United are to beat Aston Villa on Thursday and this score is to stay like this, then Leicester will drop out of the top 4 and they will only be 6 points behind Arsenal. Sorry, ahead of Arsenal. And things seem so perfect for them before lockdown, but a bad run of form has stopped things, and a good run of form for Arsenal as they look for their 4th consecutive win has seen them possibly in that top 4 race. A win here today will put them 3 points behind Manchester United in 5th. Of course, 5th place could be the deciding place for Champions League football. We're still waiting for play to be resumed. The 2 minutes, in fact, of stoppage time are almost up. We haven't started them in terms of the play because Mustafi's still down. It's a chance to tell us about our next stream, and it is Aston Villa against Manchester United on Thursday evening. Same time kickoff as this one, 8:15. Mustafi's back up now. He's being walked off the pitch, and he is off the pitch now, and it's going to get back underway with an Arsenal free kick inside their own half. Back to Martinez, the Arsenal goalkeeper. 2 minutes of stoppage time are up. So imagine it'll be 2 more minutes until half time. Arsenal on the ball with Kolasinac. He was facing his own goal and it was a bouncing ball, so he chipped it over his head. The ball's still bouncing around. And then eventually Tierney won a header. He was barged right into, and Arsenal will get a free kick inside their own half. Iheanacho and Tierney are both down from the challenge. Iheanacho's back to his feet, and in fact so is Tierney. And we'll get straight back underway here. Leicester, I'm sure, will be happy with just being 1 goal behind at half-time. Arsenal have had a few chances. Schmeichel's been forced into a few saves. But at 0-0, Leicester were threatening themselves. Iheanacho had a chance, which was saved by Martinez. They had another attempt on goal, Leicester City, before the Arsenal opener. Arsenal go along with the free kick though, and it drops towards Lacazette. He couldn't quite take it on his stride, and then Bennett clears it away to Perez, who picks it up facing his own goal inside the Leicester half. Being pressed by Arsenal players, gets it back towards Tielemans. Mustafi intercepts his long ball, and then it only goes as far as Bennett, who plays it back to Schmeichel, and then he passes it down the right to Justin. Now Ndidi. Justin again. Bennett. Tielemans. Leicester moving it around a bit quicker now inside their own half, and now it's a ball towards Perez, who will break it outside the Leicester City half. Is Albrighton down the left for Leicester. Chance to get a ball in. There it goes. And then there's the header, which was, I believe, from Perez. And it went well wide in the end. And that might just now be the last action of the first half. But at least it's another attempt on goal for Leicester City, who have slowly grown into it. But Arsenal, you would say, have been the better side. It's going to be an interesting second half, this, as the half-time whistle has gone at the Emirates. It was Aubameyang who gave Arsenal the lead. A good move, Ceballos with a ball in behind to Saka. He took on Evans. Evans then slipped as Saka got in behind, and it was on the plate for Aubameyang, who tucked it in. So the half-time score at the Emirates, Arsenal 1, Leicester City 0. And that just gives us a chance to tell you about our 2 links in the description. The second one we'll start with, the second link, which is a YouTube channel called Man Hotspur. They do pro clubs and GTA content. It's absolutely hilarious. I've seen it myself. And our first link, it is a donation page to help out with the channel. Things like better microphones, better graphics, and more commentators, so we can do more streams for you. But at the moment, we only have a number of streams we're going to do. We're trying to do as many for you as possible whilst the Premier League is back. So if you want to subscribe and leave the notification bell on so you don't miss a stream, that would be much appreciated. But for now, at the Emirates, it's Arsenal 1, Leicester City 0. We'll be back for the second half. back everyone to Match Centre Live on this live commentary between Arsenal and Leicester. The second half is just a couple of minutes away from kick-off. 1-0 was the score at half-time, and as things stand, Arsenal move above Wolves in the Premier League table. Level points with them on 52. Wolves, of course, have a game in hand after this one. They play against Sheffield United tomorrow. And Arsenal now move 3 points behind Manchester United. Of course, this is if the scores stay the same. Man United in 5th, and that could be enough for Champions League football, depending on the Manchester City ban. But maybe more importantly for Arsenal fans, they move 4 points clear of rivals Spurs, who are in action on Thursday night against Bournemouth. And of course, Arsenal's next game is against their North London rivals Tottenham Hotspur. And if things stay the same, they will be on a run of 4 consecutive Premier League wins, which is just what you want going into a North London derby. There's, of course, 45 minutes for Leicester to try and turn things around. They haven't been at their best in the first half, as we are waiting for kick-off in the second. Arsenal, though, have pretty much been right at their best. The intensity's been good. They've pressed Leicester. They've been good attackively. And we are almost ready to get underway as the Leicester City players are out. We're just waiting for the Arsenal players to get out onto the pitch. And it's going to be interesting to see how Leicester City change. They're playing a back three tonight, the away side. So too are Arsenal. But Leicester City are usually a team with a 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1. And it's very rare we see them play 3 at the back. And for Arsenal, it's a system that's certainly worked out well for them over the last few weeks. But they're back out onto the pitch now, the home side. Captain Aubameyang leads them out. He was the goal scorer this evening. Although, a big part on his goal was Saka, who took on Evans, beat Evans, and played it in to the Arsenal skipper, who tapped it away. And that's been the only goal in the first half. And now we're ready to get underway in the second half. I don't believe there's been a substitution at half-time. It's Arsenal to get us underway with Lacazette. Waiting for the referee's whistle, and there it goes. Arsenal gets underway for the second half, and the first thing we see is the two Leicester strikers, Vardy and Iheanacho, press out against Arsenal, and then the Arsenal player on the ball was forced to play it long, and then Leicester intercepted it, but they haven't been able to keep it for long as Arsenal get the ball back with David Luiz inside their own half. He chips it long, although indeed he intercepts it only as far as Saka, and Saka with a long ball towards Aubameyang in behind, but Bennett just about got there first to intercept. I think the flag was up on Aubameyang anyway, so Leicester City will get a free kick. But the big difference we've seen from the first half is Leicester are going to start pressing Arsenal a bit. But early on, we're still seeing signs that Arsenal can crack that press and get the likes of Aubameyang, the pacey Aubameyang, in behind. Leicester have a throw here down the left. This is Soyuncu. Tielemans. Back to Soyuncu again. It looks like Leicester are sticking with the back three the second half. Here's Albrighton, and then he looks for Vardy in behind down the left hand side. It's a chance to get a ball into the box on his left foot, and he does, and it's towards Justin. David Luiz with a vital block, and then eventually it's cleared away by Arsenal. In fact, instead of a block, it was more like a shot that went straight at David Luiz's face. Arsenal were trying to get a counter-attack on here, but Aubameyang's given it straight back away to Leicester. Here's Bennett for the away side. And he looks to slow things down as he plays it back to Evans. Now Soyuncu for Leicester. Albrighton down the left. And Arsenal not short of pressing themselves in this second half as they look to continue how they left off at the end of the first. Schmeichel goes long for Leicester. Iheanacho trying to win the header. He almost did have passed Kolasinac, but David Luiz was there to pick up the loose ball and clear it away for Arsenal. And then Evans will pick it up inside the Leicester City half. Here's Soyuncu, who's had a lot of the ball for the Leicester in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. Albrighton. Here's Tielemans. Ndidi, and then back to Tielemans again. Albrighton down the left. Bellerin's with him, so too Saka. Albrighton still gets his ball in, but Martinez will claim it and roll it out quickly to Xhaka. Now Aubameyang. They thought about a counter-attack Arsenal, but Aubameyang was facing his own goal and Didn't have time to turn because there was a Leicester player on his back. They do have the ball, the home side, with David Luiz. He goes long with his left foot towards Aubameyang. He tries to flick it on and does it well towards Lacazette. He then switches it out to Bellerin, but it's just behind him and he's forced the Spaniard to run backwards. And then Brighton was pressuring him, and in the end it goes out for an Arsenal throw down the right inside their own half. If you are enjoying the stream and the commentary, make sure to leave a like. That would be much appreciated. And if you could subscribe, another thing that would be appreciated, with notification bells on. We're trying to bring as many streams for you while the Premier League is back, for those unable to watch it. Still waiting for the throw to be taken from Arsenal. But Leicester have had the only chance of this first half. It is thrown out towards Saka, who's been tripped up. And Arsenal will get a free kick inside their own half now. Which David Luiz will come out to take for the home side. He goes long. Although Justin was able to intercept the long ball, but only as far as Ceballos. Here's Saka, but he's been dispossessed by Tielemans, and then Soyuncu picks it up. Now it's all Brighton. Good ball into Tielemans. He looks to switch it, but Lacazette was pressing and intercepts. Saka trying to pick up the loose ball, but Perez gets there first. Nutmegs past Xhaka, but his pass is loose. Tierney picks it up. 1-2 with Aubameyang. Arsenal have it down the left. Although Tierney is forced to go backwards, and now it's David Luiz and then Kolasinac. David Luiz again for Arsenal. We're almost 5 minutes into the second half. Kolasinac down the left by the halfway line. He turns. He's then tripped up by Iheanacho. Arsenal get a free kick down the left by the halfway line. Well, by the way the games be going and the second half, I would probably say, if I was to pick a team to win, probably Arsenal in this one, but you never know with Leicester. They've got such good attacking players, such quick attacking players, just like Arsenal, to be fair. It's one that could go either way. If you have any more questions in the live chat about the game, about the stream, or about the channel itself, don't hesitate to put it and we'll answer as soon as we see it. We're 5 minutes into the second half here at the Emirates. Leicester the only chance in this second half. 1-0 the score, thanks to Aubameyang's midway through first half goal. Here's Xhaka for Arsenal, looking for Lacazette through a gap. He's tripped up by Evans. Arsenal get a free kick. It's sort of on the edge of the box, but a fair way back. A fairly central position. Might just be slightly to the left, and it might be a chance for Arsenal in a shooting position. Evans with the foul on Lacazette. And it is a pretty good position for Arsenal. The likes of David Luiz is stepping up, so too is Aubameyang and Ceballos. They're both there. Of course, everyone can remember a few famous David Luiz free kicks over the years. More so in a Chelsea shirt rather than an Arsenal one. But at the moment it looks like it's between him and Captain Aubameyang. He looks for a second, but Aubameyang's left it for David Luiz and he's going to hit it from the edge of the box. 6 minutes into the second half, Arsenal will have a chance to double their lead. Here comes David Luiz. Took a deflection and it's a brilliant save from Schmeichel. It went towards the keeper's side, across goal from David Luiz's point of view. Did take a deflection, it might have actually been off Saka. And it bounced right in front of Schmeichel, which made it difficult, and he was forced to parry it behind for an Arsenal corner down the right-hand side. But a different sort of free kick from David Luiz. Usually you see him try and smash those. There was more placement this time, and he forced a save. I believe it's Saka out to take the corner for Arsenal. It's going to be an in-swinger from the right-hand side. Goes deep, Schmeichel trying to claim it, punched it away. Comes towards Ceballos on the edge of the box, and then it came off Perez, and it'll be another corner to Arsenal. Fell down fantastically for Ceballos to hit one. It was a poor punch from Schmeichel, straight to the edge of the box. Sliced by Ceballos with a lot of power, and then Perez jumped in the way of it. Arsenal have another corner. And they're slowly getting themselves back into the momentum that they had at the end of the first half. There's another ball towards the back post. Mustafi Jumped above everyone to win the header, but it's gone wide. A few pills from Arsenal there, especially from Lacazette, who had his arms in the air for a possible penalty. Schmeichel's gone quickly with the goal kick, in fact, looking for Jamie Vardy. It's gone all the way through to Martinez. I think Arsenal have actually got a free kick. A bit of frustration from Jamie Vardy as the ball was well ahead of him. It was a massive shove on Tierney, and Arsenal will get a free kick. Or perhaps maybe the referees just stopped the play because Mustafi's still on the floor after the header which he won. He slammed onto the floor afterwards. He's just holding sort of the side of his belly sort of area. And the play's just going to be stopped here. He had two people bashing into him when he jumped above two Leicester players to win the header. And then he landed quite roughly on the floor. And the medics have come on to see if he's alright. And while we wait for that, it's a chance to tell you about the two links in the description. Start off with the bottom one, a YouTube channel called Man Hotspur. If you click on that link, you'll take you straight to their channel. They do Pro Clubs and GTA content. That's our shout out channel for this stream. And it's absolutely hilarious content if you want to check that one out. And our first link, this is completely optional. It's a donation page to help out with the channel for things like better microphones, better graphics, and the opportunity to get more commentators to do more games for you. Of course, that's completely optional, but as long as you're enjoying the stream, that's fantastic to us. But we're going to get underway with an Arsenal free kick inside their own half, which is long by David Luiz towards the left. I think it goes over everyone. It does, and it's going to be a Leicester City throw down the right. Which Bennett's gone out to take, playing down the right of the back three for Leicester. Long down the line, looking for Justin. Arsenal won the header though. Here's Perez who tries to take it down, but he can't, and Saka gets there. Indeed, he takes it off of Xhaka. Here's Vardy down the right, trying to chip one into the back post. Chance for Iheanacho. It fell for him perfectly on the half, or on the full volley. He had loads of space right down the middle of the goal. And in the end, he shot it right down the middle of the goal, straight at Martinez, who was able to claim it. Brilliant chance for Leicester City, though. A second of the half. Maybe not quite a good enough connection from Iheanacho. He had a shot in the first half, which was saved for Martinez. That one went straight in the middle of the goal. And so too did this one. And Leicester don't equalise, but they've had a couple of chances, which is promising for them after what was a poor first half showing. Here's Schmeichel for the away side. Out towards Ndidi. And then he plays it back to Bennett, who was put under pressure, and he's given it away to Xhaka. Tierney, back to Xhaka again. Now Ceballos. Tierney trying to turn away from Iheanacho. He did. Although he's facing backwards, and he'll have to play it back to David Luiz. Here's Leno. And then the long ball down the right, looking towards Saka, but it's gone straight out of play for a Leicester City throw-in. Iheanacho will be kicking himself. Leicester City have had 6 attempts tonight. 2 of them have been for Iheanacho. And 3 of those have been on target. Arsenal have had 10 attempts, 7 on target. They have certainly been the better side in this one. But with the score 1-0, anything can happen. And Leicester, as we've mentioned, have had chances themselves, especially in the second half. Here's Tierney for Arsenal down the left, looking for Aubameyang in behind. Bennett stayed with him and got to the ball first and cleared it long. David Luiz for Arsenal, who picks up the loose ball. Now Kolasinac. Here's Ceballos. He's facing backwards. He didn't play it back to his goalkeeper, instead looked forward. And here's Kolasinac. And now Tierney in towards Aubameyang. Oh, and then Tierney, who tried to overlap or make an overlapping run from Aubameyang after he released it. Just a little whack in the face from Bennett as he tried to run past him, and Arsenal get a free kick down the left. And Arteta certainly wasn't happy with that one down the touchline, and the medics have gone down to the sideline just to see if he's okay. Got barged right into by the Leicester City centre-back, and Arsenal are going to get a free kick. And we're approaching the hour mark, and well, I was just going to say there's been no substitution, but I think Leicester City aren't far from making 2 of them. Barnes and Fuchs are stripped into their kit, and whether they're coming on now, I'm not sure. I think the free kick might just be taken first from Arsenal. It's a chance to get the ball into the box for the home side. Ceballos is out there to take. with an in-swinging ball if he does decide to play it into the box. Tierney overlapping, but Ceballos ignores it. He's going to get it in. It's a floated one. It's gone over everyone. And a poor ball in from the Arsenal number 8, and it'll go out for a Leicester City goal kick. And you think with Fuchs coming on as a left back, maybe there might just be a change in formation. In fact, Iheanacho's coming off for Fuchs. So Barnes coming on, Fuchs coming on. Iheanacho's one of the players to come off for Leicester. I'm just going to confirm who the other one is, as we are approaching the hour mark. I think it's all Brighton who's come on. Oh, sorry, come off. So double substitution from Leicester. Of course, 5 available to them now. And Fuchs gets his first touch from was actually quite a poor ball from Schmeichel. He's going to get it back though, the Leicester City goalkeeper. He goes long down the right this time, looking for Perez. But Kolasinac won the header and it's fell straight for Aubameyang. He looks to try and get it past Ndidi. Still battling away Aubameyang, but in the end Perez steals it off of him. Here's Justin. And then back to Schmeichel. Now Soyuncu, as it's played short towards him. Long ball down the line. Looking towards Barnes. David Luiz got there first. Heads it away for a Leicester throw down the left. There's a bit more pace with Barnes rather than Iheanacho. Here he is on the ball now. Looking to curl on, and then it curls well over the bar and well wide. That's something different from Leicester. Different way forward. And as they look to create a lot more opportunities than what they have done so far in this game. As we are now an hour into this contest. And it's 1-0 Arsenal. Just as it was in our stream yesterday between Spurs and Everton. 1-0 at this point in the game, and that's how it finished. Hopefully there's more goals in this one though. Here's Ndidi by the halfway line. He's been pressured by Xhaka. And it's still loose ball around the halfway line. Perez in the end picks it up for Leicester. And he finds Tielemans, who's going to run forward. He's tripped up by Lacazette just as he was going to pass Vardy in behind. And Leicester City are going to have a free kick inside the Arsenal half in a central position. And a few Leicester City's players wanting a yellow card for Lacazette, but he's not going to get it. So it's fairly central. It's slightly to the right for Leicester. Might be a chance to get the ball into the box. It's Tielemans who's on it. Half an hour to go in this one. Leicester trying to get back into it. They've fallen behind Chelsea as they won earlier today. There's the ball into the box, but Martinez catches it. And with quality like that in the final third, they're going to struggle to move back above Chelsea in this one. They do need a win to do that. A draw won't be enough. But at the moment, of course, they're losing, so they're going to need 2 goals to go back into third. And more importantly, is to keep the gap above Manchester United and Wolves, and now an incoming Arsenal, if they are to win here. Here's Bennett for Leicester, inside their own half. Out towards Ndidi. Now Soyuncu. Barnes down the left. Soyuncu. Bit slow again from Leicester City. Here is Soyuncu. Now Fuchs. Soyuncu again. Bennett available at the far side, but it's a loose ball, and Bennett just about got there first before Aubameyang and had to slash it long. And then in the end it fell to Mustafi, and he put it long, and then it went straight to Schmeichel. This time he's going long, because he's had enough of the Leicester City passing it round the back. And then Mustafi missed the header, and here's Barnes down the left-hand side. Running at Mustafi, cuts it back to the edge of the box. Here's Tielemans. And then Ndidi to smash one on the edge of the box. Came off David Luiz, comes down the right-hand side to Bennett. Now Justin. Back to Bennett, he gets one in the box, blocked by Ceballos. And a good challenge on Aubameyang as he looked to break away. And in the end it does go out for a throw. I'm not actually sure which team it's to. But that was better from Leicester. Again, it's another example of them deciding not to pass it around the back, to go long, a bit more direct, and then they have an opportunity. That time it was only a chance to get the ball into the box. but it's better than most of what they've created this evening. But as indeed he did shoot, well, it went straight into the chest of David Luiz, and that's why the play hasn't quite started yet. David Luiz is back on his feet, but a bit of wind for the Brazilian. Let's have it back underway. Here's Ndidi. Play towards Justin down the right. Tierney's with him. He gets his ball in. Justin. Vardy with the header. Couldn't get a proper connection. And then it goes into the hands of Martinez. But that's better from Leicester City again, as they have it in the Arsenal half. And the problem is, for the away side, is they haven't been able to get it into the Arsenal half often enough. But once they're in there, they do tend to get a good attack going. Arsenal have looked long there from Kolasinac, but it's gone over everyone for a Leicester City goal kick. And they're going into this. Getting into this more, Leicester City, as we've got footage on Brendan Rodgers, who's trying to just G up his players. There's just under half an hour to go. They find themselves a goal down. There's a ball long from Schmeichel towards Fuchs. Here's Barnes trying to take it down, but he's been crowded out by two Arsenal players, but they've given it straight back away, Arsenal. Fuchs looking down the line towards Vardy. And then Mustafi got there, but Leicester City have it back again. And then Barnes looking for Vardy in behind. David Luiz got an important header, and then Tierney's forced to clear it, but not very far. And then in the end it goes out for a Leicester City throw down the right. But Arsenal struggling in possession. Every time they get it, they're giving it straight back to Leicester. And the pressure's starting to build again from the away side. Although, as I say that, they're playing it backwards again. Here's Soyuncu. Fuchs down the left. Tielemans. And then back to Evans, this time down the right for Leicester, still inside their own half. Bennett. Down the line. No one was there, and David Luiz will pick it up. Kolasinac. He goes long. Although Bennett wins the header. Now Ndidi. Bennett again. Tielemans. And then managed to play it back to Soyuncu before Ceballos intercepted it, and he gets it quickly out to Fuchs down the left. Now they're in the Arsenal half as Barnes plays a 1-2 with Fuchs. Back towards Barnes again. It was a vital touch by Ceballos. Now Lacazette's trying to get away from Evans after the clearance from Arsenal, but Evans wins the battle and then the ball falls for Soyuncu. Now Fuchs. He might be forced to turn back again. He is. It goes back to Soyuncu. Now Bennett. Leicester having more of the ball. And in most cases now, they're starting to get it forward quicker, although it's gone straight back to Schmeichel. Maybe he'll decide to play it long this time. He's still on the ball, Schmeichel. No, he goes short out to Soyuncu. Down the left is Fuchs. In towards Barnes, who's forced backwards again, and then it's back to Soyuncu. Fuchs down the left. There's a bit of space for him to run into here for Leicester. Here's Ndidi through the middle. In the Arsenal half now. Bennett. Who's joining in from centre-back. Justin back to Bennett again. Ndidi. Tielemans. Good ball to Jose Perez down the right. Trying to clip one in. And it's Barnes who's taking it down in the area. And then there was a miss-hit from him. And then it was cleared by Kolasinac. Leicester have it back again with Fuchs down the left. And then across into the box, and Martinez catches. And Arsenal can slow things down again and have possession again, as Leicester have had a lot of the ball the last 5 minutes or so. It was actually Vardy who managed to take it down in the penalty area, and so unlike him, he completely mishit the shot and seemed to stamp on the ball as opposed to strike it. Here's Lacazette for Arsenal. Good ball down the right to Bellerin. And he's running inside. He's got Saka on his outside. Here is Saka. He's forced to turn back, although he gets it back on his right, trying to clip a ball in. Bennett got there and cleared. Here's Ceballos. Into Xhaka. Good ball out towards Aubameyang. Tierney's overlapping. Here is Tierney. Just on the edge of the area. Got a ball in, and then Evans cleared it behind for an Arsenal corner. And that might start the home side's flurry of attacks. So we're 67 minutes into this one. So an Arsenal corner down the left. As they've got rid of this Leicester City pressure, which was looming on them over the last 5 minutes. And maybe now a chance to double their lead and make the task even more difficult for Leicester City, who currently fall into 4th place as Chelsea have caught up with them. Arsenal are going to make a substitution here It might just be after the corner. I think I saw Nketiah in his kit. But Sabas is going to take the in-swinger. And then it's headed onto the back post and Lacazette tucks it in. The flag's up anyway. It won't count for Arsenal. I'm sure VAR will take a look at it. Lacazette had his waving his finger out saying, no, there's no way I'm offside. Of course, we have VAR now. Ooh, it's tight. Tielemans maybe keeping him onside. No, his foot is past Tielemans. He's definitely offside there. And it was a quick one for VAR to look at. And the second Arsenal goal is not going to count here. So that's been one goal disallowed for offside from both teams. Both have been tap-ins by the two strikers. The score stays at 1-0 with just over 20 minutes to go. A lifeline there for Leicester as they're still in this game. And it's come in perfect timing for a drinks break. And as it is the drinks break, it's just a chance for us to promote our shout-out channel for the stream. There's a second link in the description. It's a channel called Man Hotspur. They're new, starting out. They do pro clubs and GTA content. It's absolutely hilarious from what I've seen of it so far. And from us, all we have to say is if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to give it a like and subscribe with notifications on in case you don't want to miss any of our other streams. We'll have as many for you as possible over the next, I think, 3 weeks, what's left of the Premier League's return. And we're trying to get more streams for you, which is why we have a donation page. That's for things like better quality microphones, better quality graphics, and to try and get more commentators to do more streams for you. That's the first link in the description if you want to donate at all. Of course, if you can't, that's absolutely fine. As long as you're enjoying the stream and the commentary, that's absolutely fantastic from us, by us. But we're ready to get underway now after the drinks break. There's 20 minutes to go here, and it's going to restart with a Leicester City goal kick, which is played short by Schmeichel. And Arsenal's rival Spurs, their manager Mourinho, denied to call it a drinks break and called it a tactical break. And let's see what the managers have come up with here. And it's not started well for Leicester, as they've passed it straight out of the play with Schmeichel for an Arsenal throw down the left. Arsenal are going to make substitutions here. Lacazette's one of the players to be coming off. It's a double substitution. Joe Willock's going to be coming on for Arsenal as well as just confirming who else is coming on and off. I think it might be Nketiah, the second player to come on for Arsenal. So we'll confirm that for you. Yeah, Nketiah is coming on for Lacazette and Willock is coming on for Saka. Maybe Willock might just move into a more central position. Arsenal might go to two up front with Aubameyang and Nketiah, and then Willock would drop into the midfield just to keep things more firm in there as we approach the last 20 minutes. Arsenal have a chance to get the ball in the box from the throw, and then it's gone over everyone for a Leicester City goal kick. Arsenal not far now from going to 4 consecutive wins in the Premier League. They'll be certainly more happy with the away win at Wolves, because an interesting fact for you, that's the first time they've beaten the team away from home ahead of them in the table since 2015, that win against Wolves. And Leicester City have a free kick. They were trying to run the ball forwards, but I think it was Sabas who tripped up one of the Leicester players. It's down the left, it's inside the Arsenal half. They might want to get a ball into the box here, the away side. Evans is in there, so is Vardy and Bennett, and Didi and Perez also. In goes the ball, Martinez comes out, punches it away. Drops for Aubameyang, who tries to clear it long. And the ball dropping, Soyuncu wins the header. Nketiah is chasing Justin, and then he was taken out by Nketiah there, the Leicester City right back. And Leicester will have a free kick by the halfway line. And a yellow card for Nketiah, and that's his first involvement in the game. 18 minutes to go at the Emirates. It's a game that still could be anyone's in these last 20 minutes. There hasn't been many chances over the last 10 minutes or so. Of course, Arsenal did have one disallowed not too long ago. There's actually going to be a VAR check for a possible red card by Nketiah. Of course, remember, he's just come on the pitch. His studs were up on Justin. Oh, and he's caught him on his leg. There's another angle we're going to see of it here. Maybe he didn't quite catch him, Nketiah, with his studs. But his studs were up as he jumped in towards the challenge, which is why they are going to check here VAR for a possible red card. Ooh, it's quite high up. You never know with this one. And we're going to take a look at it. This is one where it's possible that there might be a red card. I'm not 100% sure on this one. It was right on the halfway line. His studs were up high. He jumped in towards the challenge. It is possible we could be sent off here. It's very possible. And we're just going to keep on waiting. And we'll let you know as soon as the decision is made. They're taking their time with this one, VAR. And I think it is going to be a red card because the referee's done the VAR signal. He's running, in fact, towards the benches. Or is he? I think he's gone to the monitor himself. I haven't seen this before in the Premier League. I didn't even know this was allowed. The referee's gone to the monitor. The referee himself has gone to the side of the pitch. He's taking a look at the challenge. He's now walked away, blown his whistle. VAR sign. I think he's going to change his decision. He is. Red card for Arsenal. Red card for Nketiah. They went down to 10 men against Leicester City away from home last season. And Nketiah, who's just come on the pitch for Arsenal, his first involvement is to make a foul and get a red card. And we're going to update that for you on the screen. So a red card for Arsenal with 15 minutes to go. And how might that change this one? And as soon as I saw it, I thought, maybe, yes, it should have been a red. His studs were up, he jumped into the challenge, his foot was high. The actual contact with his studs was fairly high up on the leg of Justin. VAR took their time with it. Eventually, the actual referee had to take a look at it to make the final decision, which maybe is, in my opinion, how things should work. It should be the referee to make the final decision, and I think it's the correct call. And a deserved red card. But in the meantime, Leicester City, who want to attack, have taken a centre-back off in Bennett, and brought on Damari Gray. That's their third substitution of the evening. Arsenal have made two. One of them isn't on the pitch because they've been sent off. I wonder how that would change the formation. I'm sure they'll go back to a back four Leicester with one of their centre-backs coming off. Here's Damari Gray with his first touch. Justin. Back to Evans. Here's Soyuncu. Fuchs is to his left. Soyuncu still running forwards. Fuchs overlapping down the left. And he can't keep it in play. It's going to go out for, I believe, an Arsenal throw, maybe a goal kick. Went off right by the corner flag. Just under 15 minutes for Leicester here. There'll be a fair bit of stoppage time, mainly due to the stop that VAR made to check the red card. And I think Maitland-Niles might be warming up. He's certainly in his Arsenal kit. He's just put his jacket back on though. So we'll wait to see if he might come on shortly. But Arsenal have taken the throw, but they haven't been able to keep it for long. Here's Soyuncu, being pressed by Aubameyang, but he's got it down the right. And even further out wide, down the right is Damari Gray. Into Perez. Damari Gray again. Justin overlapping. Gray trying to get across into the box, blocked by Tierney. Gray gets it back though. Now Ndidi. Back to Evans. Soyuncu. Good ball into Tielemans. He's being pressured by Willock, and then in the end it's a poor pass and it's stumped away by Tierney all the way back to Schmeichel. But I think this is what it's going to be like for the last just over 12 minutes. Arsenal sitting back, Leicester coming forward at them. They've scored the most goals in the final 15 minutes this season, Leicester City, in the Premier League. 17. And they'll do anything for another goal here. Here's Gray. Switches it down the left towards Fuchs. It's a short ball. And then Willock was there to clear it. And it's straight back to Leicester again with Soyuncu. Tielemans. Still on the ball now, Barnes, who hasn't really been involved in the action for a while, but he's got it out towards Justin down the right. Gray's further out wide. It's played towards Amari Gray. Back to Ndidi, further central. It's 5 Arsenal defenders inside their own penalty area. Here's Perez. Good turn away from Kolasinac. Then the ball towards Ndidi, who tries to clip one in. It's bouncing around in the penalty area and in the end slashed away by Kolasinac. Aubameyang trying to win the header. He did. But it goes straight out for a Leicester throw by the halfway line down the right. Tielemans. Soyuncu. He's got it again. The Japanese international. Here's Fuchs. Tielemans. Barnes in a bit of space through the middle. Trying to chip one in towards Vardy, who's got there and he's around the goalkeeper and he's missed. I think the flag might have gone up anyway off of Jamie Vardy. It did, but he missed an open goal. He might have seen the flag go up, although he was facing the other way, and I think his foot might just be offside. A terrible miss, so maybe he's just been saved by the offside flag there. With just over 10 minutes to go now. So we're just updating the screen for you to show about the red in the 74th minute. Arsenal are going to make another change. Ceballos is coming off, and it's Torreira, a more defensive midfielder, you would say, who's coming on to replace him. With 10 minutes to go. Other scores today. Watford beating Norwich 2-1, and Chelsea beating Crystal Palace 3-2. That's an important one, certainly in the race for the Champions League, which Leicester are concerned with, and Arsenal might be concerned with the Champions League race if they manage to hold on for the next 10 minutes here. They'll be 6 points behind Leicester if they do win tonight. Long ball from Martinez. Leicester City win the header, but it's gone straight back to Torreira, who kicks it long. Soyuncu wins the following header. Now it's down the right for Arsenal as they bring it down. Bellerin looks long towards Aubameyang. And then Evans won the header. Picked up by Perez. Here's Ndidi. Now Tielemans. Leicester look to break down the left. Now Fuchs. Just past the halfway line. Tielemans, Justin down the right for Leicester now. Gray's in a more advanced position. Justin gets a ball in just over Vardy. Comes to the back post where Fuchs tried to get it back in, but it's gone over everyone and Arsenal win it back with Aubameyang, who's fouled, and Arsenal would take that, a chance to slow things down. Aubameyang fouled inside his own half by one of the Leicester City players. It was Soyuncu. Leicester City, another substitution for them. Ndidi's coming off. I think it's Dennis Pratt coming on. So a central midfielder for a central midfielder for Leicester. Like for like change. Arsenal have a free kick which is going to be taken long by David Luiz. To the left hand side. Tierney won the header. And it was intercepted by Pretz with his first touch. And Arsenal get a throw down the left as it went straight out of play. Long ball forward from Tierney from the throw. Pratt then wins the header. And then Jose Perez won it. Back to Pratt again. Chips it to the left hand side with Fuchs. Barnes looking to make a run in behind, but Fuchs looks backwards and plays it back to Soyuncu. Now Justin, who's the culprit of the red card, or for the challenge of the red card by Nketiah. Soyuncu to the left to Fuchs. Now Tielemans. Switches it out to the right hand side for Justin. Chips one in, but it's a very, very poor ball. And Martinez will claim it, and he drops to the ground just to slow things down, let a little bit of the time pass for Arsenal. And I must say, Arsenal, well, they've just been completely sitting back since the red card, understandably, and Leicester have struggled to really break them down at all. They've had a lot of the ball, the away side. Vardy did get in behind, but he was offside after getting around the keeper and missing. That was the only opportunity for Leicester since the red card. And there was an offside off of Aubameyang there for Arsenal, a long ball forward, and Leicester get a free kick just outside their box. It's taken quickly to the left-hand side for Fuchs. He's trying to find an option further forward, plays it to Perez, back to Fuchs again. Here's Tielemans. 7 minutes to go at the Emirates. Now Evans inside the Arsenal half. Justin down the right. Gray's ahead of him. Here is Damari Gray. Trying to take on Tierney. Kolasinac there as well. He's played it back towards Dennis Pratt. Cunning inside. Playing it back to Evans. Now Soyuncu. Fuchs. Back to Soyuncu again. They're struggling here, Leicester. Arsenal are quite comfortable right now defensively. They've got all their players back. Here's Justin. Damari Gray down the right again. There's no real option for him. He's played it to Pratt down the right. Still can't get a ball in Leicester. Damari Gray in a more central position. Oh, it's a clever ball to the back post, and it's Jamie Vardy who gets there. And Leicester City do finally break through the Arsenal defence. And they've levelled it, and they want to get straight back on with it here. It's a similar sort of goal to the Arsenal one in terms of the ball into the back post and a tap-in for the centre forward. But it was Aubameyang in the first half for Arsenal. It's Jamie Vardy in the second half. Oh, I think he's just onside. VAR, I'm sure we'll have a look. Brilliant ball in from Damari Gray. It was from the edge of the box. A low-driven ball, curling right in past all the Arsenal defenders. And then Vardy was there at the back post to tuck it away. 1-1 with just over 5 minutes to go here. The game is really getting interesting, but here comes the VAR check. They're waiting to see if it's offside. Oh, it might have taken a touch off of Perez, and then Vardy would have definitely been offside. Just checking to see if it did come off of Perez's foot. I don't think it did. Is there a little touch? Maybe. They're looking at another angle of it to see if Vardy was offside. I have no idea what's going on. They're checking offside. There's two possible ones. Firstly, from the Damari Gray ball. Whether it came off of Perez before it reached Vardy, then he would have been in offside position. Firstly, they're checking if it touched Perez. Now they're checking if Vardy's offside when it did touch him. Which he might be. I'm not sure. It's an interesting one. I'll have to wait and see what happens. As it stands, it's 1-1. But VAR taking a long look at this. It's been on Leicester's side so far. With the red card for Nketiah, which was given by VAR. We're going to leave the goal sign up for you for now. He looks onside, Vardy. They've confirmed it's not come off Perez. Or I think they've confirmed that because they're looking at the initial ball from Gray to see if he's offside, and I don't think he is. And there's no offside. It's going to count, I think. Decision is a goal. Vardy's onside. It's 1-1 here. So we get back underway with 4 minutes to go. There'll be a lengthy spell of stoppage time because of the two VAR decisions. And it's 1-1 with 4 minutes to go. It's getting interesting here at the Emirates. David Luiz on the ball for Arsenal. We're just finishing up the screen for you. Let's have a throw though down the right. I think, or maybe a free kick down the right. I'm not sure what's happened. Was it David Luiz? No, it was David Luiz who was claiming a free kick. Went down way too easily. And in the end, it goes up for a Leicester City throw. And we're just waiting now for the throw to be taken. It has been taken. And it's back to Evans. Now Soyuncu. They've broken down Arsenal once since the red card. Can Leicester City do it again in the closing stages? Tielemans with a long ball looking for Barnes. Mustafi's going to get there, but he's being chased by Vardy. And he clears it long. Out for a Leicester throw down the left. And Vardy certainly made up for his earlier miss. Even though that one was offside and it wouldn't have counted if he did put it in the back of the net. Arsenal go long again. From a clearance, Evans wins it, brings it down, takes it past Xhaka, plays it to Barnes. And that's a good ball towards Perez, who just about got there, but in the end, his touch went straight towards David Luiz. There was a foul somewhere in that attack, I believe, and Leicester are going to have a free kick with 2 minutes to go. It was after Barnes released the ball towards the right-hand side. Mustafi came in with a sliding challenge, tripped him up. Referee tried to play advantage. There was none, and now Leicester have a free kick which is taken inside the Arsenal half. Mustafi's been booked as well. Here's Fuchs. In towards Tielemans. Back to Soyuncu. As it stands, in terms of the league table, Leicester are still behind Chelsea, but they're in the top four, but they nearly had a chance to turn it around there as Barnes found a bit of space in the area. He was dispossessed though. For Arsenal, they'll be 5 points behind 5th place United, 9 points behind 4th place Leicester as things stand. But of course, Leicester are going to look for a winner before that happens. Demarai Gray. Tielemans. Soyuncu. Here's Tielemans again. Soyuncu. Perez. Soyuncu. Tielemans. They're moving it around the midfield, Leicester City. Evans. Tielemans. Perez. Down the right this time. He's just been tackled, but it's gone straight to Dennis Pratt. Justin. Tielemans. Evans. Just under a minute to go of normal time. Soyuncu. Tielemans. Gray. Back to Tielemans again. Patiently building Leicester here. Justin. Perez down the right, more central position is Justin. Here's Tielemans, back down the right again for Dennis Pratt. Cuts inside, gets a ball in. Here's Gray who brings it down, and then has it been brought down? I'm not sure. If it was to be a penalty, it would have certainly been a soft one, and then in the end Gray gets up and Martins picks up the ball. And we'll get on for it there. I'm just seeing a replay. I think it was maybe a bit of a dive. If not, he went down fairly easily. And now we're going to see how much stoppage time there is. It's going to be 8 minutes of stoppage time. Long ball from the goalkeeper. Evans wins the header on towards Fuchs down the left for Leicester. Deep inside their own half. Schmeichel. Arsenal now have 3 players inside the Leicester half, as maybe they want something out of this game. Something more than a point. Despite the red card. Here's Pratt, who's running straight down the pitch for Leicester, looking for Vardy in behind with a low ball, but there was too many Arsenal players there to get it through and they intercept it. Xhaka's given it away though. Here's Perez. Poor first touch, but he's just managed to retain possession. Here's Tielemans inside the Arsenal half. Good ball into Barnes, but his touch let him down. Still comes out towards Pratt. Here's Gray down the right for Leicester. Looking for Vardy in behind. Xhaka intercepted, and then he's been taken out by Gray. And that will slow down the time for Arsenal. As we're a minute into the 8 added on at the end of the game. Leicester have plenty of time here to find a late winner. And we just saw at the start of stoppage time, Arsenal start to press Leicester City again. Which maybe makes you think, do they want to find a late winner despite the red card? And they've been down to 10 men since the 74th minute. Leicester 10 minutes to break down Arsenal since that moment. And now they've got significantly less than that gap to try and do it again. I think Arsenal might have just want a throw inside the Leicester half, which Tierney's going to move out to the left-hand side to take. He's just taking his time. I think Arsenal are making a substitution. Possibly their last substitution. I can't remember if it's the 4th or 5th. I think it's Maitland-Niles who's going to come on for Arsenal. He is. And we're just going to let you know when we see who's coming off. I think it's Aubameyang, because he's just given the captain's armband to another player. So Aubameyang's coming off for a more defensive player, Maitland-Niles, which pretty much confirms that Arsenal are going to try and see this game out at 1-1. Tierney with the throw. Looking down the line towards Willock. Pratt intercepts, gets it long towards Vardy, and then Tielemans brings it down and gets it down the left for Fuchs. Well worked from Leicester, but now they've got to get it forward. There's the ball to Perez, who skips away from Bellerin, although in the end his touch was just too heavy for himself, and it goes out of play for an Arsenal throw down the right inside their own half. We're now 3 minutes into the 8 added on. Meaning 5 minutes to go. Well, it hasn't been the most entertaining game, but the last 15 minutes since the red card has certainly built us up for what could be a dramatic ending. Leicester half the way there in terms of they want all 3 points. Here's Gray down the right inside their own half. He couldn't get it under control. Xhaka tried to flick it past Justin, who then loops it up in the air. Torreira won the header. Willock brings it down. Here's Maitland-Niles. Arsenal look to attack. Bellerin back to Maitland-Niles down the right. Willock. Oh, good nutmeg on Fuchs, and it falls to Maitland-Niles, but then he's outstrengthed by Soyuncu. Leicester trying to break away with it. A poor pass from Barnes, and it went straight out of play down the right-hand side for an Arsenal throw. And Arsenal have been able to stop any Leicester pressure in the last couple of minutes with the ball themselves. And now they've got it in an attacking position with Maitland-Niles running into the area down the right, taking on Soyuncu. Good challenge from the Leicester City centre-back. Tielemans now. Fuchs down the left. Cuts back. Plays it in the middle for Pratt. Justin now down the right. We're in the 94th minute. Poor ball from Justin towards Gray, and then Tierney slid in. And didn't actually get any contact with the ball, and then it went out of play for an Arsenal throw down the left inside their own half. And Tierney taking his time to get the ball, understandably for Arsenal. And he's certainly amongst the fan favourites for Arsenal at the moment, the left back Tierney, after signing from Celtic in the summer. Leicester City have a throw. It was thrown out towards Willock, who couldn't quite bring it down. It went out of play. Here's Evans. Now Soyuncu. Middle of the pitch for Leicester, inside their own half. This is Fuchs. Evans. 3 minutes to go here. Justin. Gray's ahead of him. Poor pass from Justin, and there's a few of those from both teams, but especially from Leicester. A few sloppy passes in these last few minutes. And they're helping Arsenal, because otherwise Arsenal will be under a lot of pressure right now in the last 2.5 minutes here. Leicester haven't had an attempt on goal since their equaliser in the 84th minute. Arsenal have seen it out quite well since then at 1-0. It's one chance which can turn this game around. As Tielemans looks long towards Vardy. David Luiz was there. He's actually had a good game for Arsenal. Here's Fuchs down the left, who will pick it up. Maitland-Niles staying with him. He plays it to Barnes inside. And then Barnes with a 1-2 with Fuchs, although Mustafi's there to pick it up. And then he clears it away only as far as Fuchs. And then he can only turn backwards and play it back to Soyuncu. But now it's Justin down the right. Dennis Pratt. Down the left is Fuchs. Tielemans. Evans. Minute and a half to go. Damari Gray. Down the right hand side for Leicester. Coming back in, getting a ball in, and there's no one even near it because it's gone straight towards Martinez. And he'll lie on the ground with the ball for a little bit longer. Kicks it long. Soyuncu wins the header, although Maitland-Niles is going to pick it up, although only as far as Fuchs. Now Tielemans, out towards Dennis Pratt. Down the right is Justin. He's got Gray ahead of him, even further out wide. Justin still travelling with the ball. Now he plays it to Gray. Good ball from Gray towards Vardy. Here's Perez. Back to Gray again down the right. Gray with a low ball in. Came off David Luiz, and it just wouldn't fall for Jamie Vardy. And in the end, it's going to go out for a throw. I'm not sure who to, though. I think it's to Leicester City, it is. Here's Tielemans. It's thrown to him. Down the left. Justin. The pass was behind him. Soyuncu. Back down the left again. Fuchs. Chance to get the ball in. In it goes. Header flicked on by Niles. Comes out for Pratt, who strikes one. But he was leaning back. He slipped and it flies over the bar with just 15 seconds to go. And that might just be the last action because Arsenal were going to take their time with a goal kick. Leicester City didn't really look like equalising throughout the whole game until the red card. So it's a point maybe they would have taken. But under the circumstances, they would have probably wanted more. As Arsenal have been down to 10 men for 15 minutes of normal time. Plus another 8 minutes of stoppage time. And that, in fact, is the final whistle. It's finished 1-1 at the Emirates. It was Aubameyang who gave Arsenal the lead in the first half. After brilliant work from Ceballos and Saka. And after the red card from Nketiah with his first action of the game then changed and Leicester put the pressure on in the last 25 minutes, including stoppage time. And they get one goal throughout that period of pressure, which was from Jamie Vardy as he tucked it in at the back post from a Damari Gray cross. There's been a couple of goals disallowed from both teams over the course of the game. Iheanacho had one disallowed, so too did Lacazette. But the final score at the Emirates is Arsenal 1, Leicester 1. If you've enjoyed the stream, make sure to give a thumbs up. And subscribe as well. Join our slowly growing community of now 78 subscribers with the notification bell on. There'll be more streams coming over the next few weeks where the Premier League is back. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you soon.